Welcome. My name is Ian Wright, and I'm a certified senior client technical specialist with the IBM Corporation. Today we'll be looking at the remote copy functionality of the IBM Storwize V7000, which allows us to create replicas of volumes across distance for business continuity and disaster recovery purposes. By creating such replicas in a remote location, an outage in our primary data center can be quickly recovered from, as the recovery data is already on disk and ready for use by the applications in the auxiliary site. This is part one of a two-part video series. In this part, we will be focusing on the steps in creating remote copy relationships and the consistency groups around those relationships. In the IBM Storwize V7000, the first step of initiating remote copy is to mouse over the copy services icon and click on partnerships. We can then click on new partnership. This gives us the option of selecting another IBM Storwize V7000 to form a partnership with for remote copy. It is the disk system that we want to mirror to, so since we are on Oxford 1 in our primary data center, we'll select Oxford 2 as our remote partner and assume that we have 125 megabytes per second of bandwidth between the two sites for remote copy purposes. This partnership must be recognized on both sides, so we'll go to Oxford 2 and do the same thing, but in the opposite direction. At this point, we're ready to create remote copy relationships between our volumes. We'll do that by going to Copy Services and clicking on Remote Copy. The first thing that we're going to do is create a consistency group. This is a way of organizing groups of volumes that happen to be dependent on each other. An example of this would be volumes in a database application that contain logs and tables, which must be kept up to date with each other. The consistency group will ensure that they stay at the same point of recovery in the event of an outage. We'll click on New Consistency Group and name it Remote Copy CG. The auxiliary or secondary volumes in this case are located on another system, specifically Oxford 2. And we want to add relationships to this group, which will be the volumes that are mirroring to each other. At this point, we have the option of using MetroMirror or Global Mirror for these relationships. We're going to choose Global Mirror, which is asynchronous remote copy and is able to go very long distances. But we could just as easily use MetroMirror, which is synchronous remote copy and is typically used within metro areas or campus environments. Importantly, the IBM Storwize V7000 is capable of maintaining both types of relationships at the same time. So it is conceivable that you could have a single Storwize V7000 that is synchronously mirroring to another system on certain volumes that happen to be a short distance away, and at the same time using other volumes to go a longer distance. Or, more likely, you could have a single hub site that is being used for recovery for multiple satellite locations that are each using either MetroMirror or Global Mirror to get their data to the recovery center. We do not have any currently existing relationships, so we can skip this screen. And at this point, we can choose our master and auxiliary volumes. By clicking Add on each of them, we can create multiple relationships at the same time. And then click Next. The volumes are not currently synchronized because this is a new set of relationships. And we want to start copying now. Now that the state is listed as consistent synchronized, the consistency group will make sure that these volumes stay consistent together even if the copy process is stopped by an unplanned outage. That completes the introduction to creating consistency group and remote copy relationships within the IBM Storwize V7000. This will be continued in the next video, Introduction to Remote Copy Part 2, and you will see how to use remote copy to recover after an outage and then return to the primary data center. Additionally, it is worth noting that we have advanced remote copy management capability through the TPCR option. This allows for enhanced management within the IBM Storwize V7000 environment. For further information on the IBM Storwize V7000 or on the TPCR option, please either go to the website listed here or contact your IBM sales specialist or IBM business partner. Thank you very much, and special thanks to the Advanced Technical Skills team in Gaithersburg, Maryland, specifically Gonzalo Fuentes, Dominic Pruitt, and Bill Wiegand for making the IBM Storwize V7000 available for these videos.